Chuck Darrell is going to be joining us, and he is with Minnesota for Marriage. There's a lot to know about. There's a lot for you to get up to speed on, and lots of things that you should be participating in about the marriage amendment that's going to come up for a vote in 2012 in that big election. And you need to know what it is, what you can be doing about it, and how you can be praying regarding it as well. Chuck Darrell with Minnesota for Marriage. He's going to be joining us on the other side.
It's great to be here. Thanks for inviting me.
Now, remind our listeners what we're talking about. I mean, Bill and I talk about individual marriages. We answer questions on a daily basis. Couples that are having struggles, and we tell them how they can get through it. And so we even have to be brought up to speed to some extent. What is happening with the marriage amendment, and define it for us?
Sure. Think of the marriage amendment as a proposal that's being put on the ballot by a bipartisan majority of legislators out of both parties, and with the intent to put our current state definition of marriage into our state constitution. I mean, the bottom line is that marriage in Minnesota has always been defined as the union of one man and one woman, and that definition has existed since before Minnesota was even a state. And so if the amendment is approved by the voters, it'll simply preserve marriage from future legislative activism or judges redefining it, and it puts the authority to do anything with marriage strictly in the hands of the people.
So it's one more step to protect traditional marriage as we know it.
Right. It if you take a look at what's happened recently, there is a clear and present danger. If you just go back last year, there were several bills that were introduced into the state legislature to redefine marriage, to legalize same-sex marriage, a number of them. And even Senator John Marty, who was the chief author of the bills to redefine marriage, was saying that he thought that they could redefine or legalize same-sex marriage in 2011. He was kind of boasting about it. Well, the House has changed, and that didn't happen. And instead, what we were able to do is pass a marriage amendment. But those efforts are being made to redefine it using the state legislature. There's also a court case that is on appeal right now that will be actually brought up this month to legalize same-sex marriage in Minnesota. So what you're seeing is kind of a two-pronged attack or approach to either legalize same-sex marriage in the legislature or in the courts, and thus completely leaving the people of Minnesota out of the dialogue, not allowing them to have a discussion like we're going to have for the next 13 months.
But right now
marriage.
It's established that it's going to be on the ballot for 2012, right?
It will be on the ballot.
So we won't be left out of the discussion.
No, not at all.
We are going to definitely have our moment to vote.